I guess when I was about, I want to say about 13 years old, I started taking Wushu Kung Fu. It's a Shaolin Kung Fu. And I took it for about a year at that time, and then I don't remember what happened. I think the school closed down for a while, and it opened up several years later, and I went back and I started taking Kung Fu some more, and I took about 4 years at that point worth of Kung Fu, and I got pretty confident in it, and was really enjoying the classes. And in the time between that, whenever the school closed down, I went and took Taekwondo, and I have a belt in Taekwondo and Kung Fu. And I guess for about 5 years, I haven't done any martial arts at all. I haven't done any training. I've kind of been out of training. And a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking, I'd really like to get into martial arts again. I've lost some weight. I'm feeling like I can handle it physically. And so I went searching for my instructor, my Sifu in Kung Fu. He's called a Sifu instead of a sensei. I went looking for him. Couldn't find him. I had run into him a couple of times over the last year and said hi to him, and he said he didn't have a school at the moment, but he was working on getting one. And last week I even went so far as to go to his house, because I knew where he had lived, and he wasn't home. And I left several messages on his phone, but he had never returned my calls. So I thought, well, you know what, I want to get started somewhere. So yesterday I found this new place that opened called LA Boxing, and what they teach is boxing, kickboxing, and MMA, which is mixed martial arts. Anybody who's seen UFC would know what mixed martial arts is, and I'm a huge UFC fan. I've made a few videos about it. I haven't talked about it a lot, but to make a long story short, I signed up for LA Boxing, and I was wondering if anybody out there is familiar with it and has any experience with the LA Boxing organization, and how you enjoyed it, how you liked it. It looks like a really good place to me. And I understand that they're a nationwide chain, that there's over 100 LA Boxing locations around the United States. Here's the ironic part. This morning, when I come to work, I talk to my dad. I have an office in the same building as my dad. I've got an office here where I do my internet marketing, and he works on cars. He's an auto mechanic. He owns his own business as well. But my office is in the same building as his. So I go talking to him, and he says, one of our mutual friends came by, an old judo instructor, and he said that your old Kung Fu teacher is reopening his class. So yesterday I signed up at LA Boxing, and today I find out my Kung Fu teacher has opened his class back up, which is where I wanted to go to begin with. So now I'm in a little dilemma. I'm going to go ahead and do the LA Boxing thing. I may try to do both. I know I can't do both right away, because Kung Fu, I've been through that, and it is a very grueling workout. I have a friend who went through the military, through basic training, I think it was in the Navy, and he saw a Kung Fu class, and he said it was just as hard, if not harder, than the training he received in the military boot camp. So it's some extreme training. I mean, it's very common for people to be thrown up left and right, people who aren't used to it. We had a karate black belt come in one time because he wanted to see how he matched up against Kung Fu. He lasted about 45 minutes just in our exercise routine. We hadn't even got to the fighting yet. And now bear in mind, this is a black belt in karate. He was out the door puking. He couldn't handle it. It was so grueling physically. So I'm debating on doing both, but like I said, I'm going to have to work into that. I'm going to go do this LA Boxing for a while, learn a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is what they teach there, and I've actually never been exposed to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu before, so I'm looking forward to that. But after I get my stamina back, get back into physical shape a little bit, thinking about going ahead and getting back into Kung Fu as well and doing both. But anybody out there who's a member of LA Boxing, let me know what you thought of it. How's the organization? How's the classes? I'll know soon, but I'm just kind of curious what you guys think about it. But I'll keep you posted on what's going on. Take care.